Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Anime 2023 awards, and I made a post before like asking your nominations for the different animes in 2023, and I'd be doing like a little voting system, seeing which anime gets like the maximum votes in different categories, in different genres, and based on that I'll be doing like a little award, like 2023 anime award kind of thing. Unfortunately, I didn't get enough votes. Like I think I got like three or four of them, and if I include mine, then it's five. Not really that, enough to make like an actual tally of it and make it into a voting, like in a way I to kind of continue this. So I decided to just make a video on it because obviously a few people did give me their nominations, and just for them, I wanted to make a video either way, and so I decided to make one. So I will be. This won't really be like a voting thing. I'll just be like talking about the animes that these people have nominated and see which anime gets like the maximum nominations out of it, and include mine as well, my opinions on it as well. So make it like a normal video. Like the way I thought I'm going to make this, it's not going to go like that, because I thought like oh, if it had like at least like 10 or 12 votes, I'm going to like tally everything, which the one that will get the most one, if there's something that ties with something else, I'll make another poll on it and we'll find out like the ultimate one. In that way I thought we were going to do it, but unfortunately not nearly enough vote to do something like that. But yeah, I'm going to talk about these shows either way, and like see which shows people really love and which shows have more than one vote, because 2023, we had a lot of animes there, and if like one or two shows get more than 2 or 3 votes, that in itself is pretty impressive. So yeah, anyways, let us get started with this thing. Okay, now I have my Discord screen up. Like the nominations are over here, and I'll be reading all the nominations one by one, and like then at the end I will say which ones I would have nominated, and then I'll like make a comparison. I'll keep my nominations up until the very end. So all right, let's look at these nominations. Okay, so here we go. The first person nominated, these are the nominations, and I've kind of separated them based on genre. So I told them to give like one nomination for each genre, and that's how they gave the nominations to me. So here it is. So the best ongoing. Okay, so this is the first person, Sruthin, nominating the best ongoing shonen is Bleach, which, okay, obviously it is ongoing. If you think about it like that, it did make a comeback and it is ongoing now. Obviously we're going to get another season somewhere down in 2024, I'm guessing. And so yeah, I can obviously I can see like ongoing shonen being Bleach. Okay, so that's the first nomination. The new shonen anime. Now here I knew this was going to become a problem, because the whole like shonen animes always dominate the whole thing. That is why I made sure that like to break shonen and new shonen into two categories, because just like it's like completely unfair. Like in the ongoing shonens, one of the biggest show is there, which is One Piece. Like, so the new shonens will have no chance in actually competing, because One Piece is going to dominate every single thing. I thought that's what was going to happen. That's why I broke down the new shonen and the ongoing continuing shonen. And because there's a lot of new shonen as well, like them getting over, like overshadowed by like these behemoths which have been like going on for like 10 years. It's not fair in no way. So that is why I broke it. And so we have the ongoing shonen, like Bleach, the new shonen in 2023, Hell's Paradise. Okay, Hell's Paradise. Yeah, I guess it is a shonen, isn't it? Or is it a seinen? Let me think. Uh, is it a shonen? I'm not really sure. I guess yes, it is a shonen, isn't it? Let me know. Let me know your opinion if Hell's Paradise is a shonen or a seinen. I guess it's a mixture. You could say, it's like in the middle of it. It has both shonen and seinen elements to it. So okay, Hell's Paradise is the new best shonen. All right, new slice of life anime 2023 Tomo-chan is a girl. Again, this is another thing I knew we were going to have trouble with: slice of life and romance, because these two are so like integrated with each other. They're like always entangled with each other. It's always difficult to kind of break like romance like with slice of life. So here we go, slice of life 2023. Yeah, Tomo-chan is a girl. Obviously, it's a slice of life. At the same time, it's also a romance. So like, okay, I'll accept Tomo-chan is a girl in the slice of life category. Yeah, because I feel like slice of life shows are such a rarity nowadays. Like true slice of life. I'm not talking about like stuff like mixed with romance and stuff. True slice of life are stuff like, I guess you could say, K-On! K-On! Is like probably the best example of a true slice of life. Another one, I haven't watched it, but I've heard a lot about it and I've seen a few clips of it. Another one is Non Non Beauty, I think. As far as I've seen, that is again a true slice of life. And a few others as well. For example, I do remember a few others. For example, I think there's a manga called Yotsuba or Yotsubato. I think that is also a slice of life. Like, these are like true slice of life, which is like completely slice of life. Like nothing other than that. We barely get stuff like that nowadays. Like it's always integrated with romance nowadays. So like I guess we have to accept like Tomo-chan is a girl as a slice of life, because again the boundary between slice of life and romance is so thin. It always gets mixed in. Okay, Isekai Anime 2023's Eminence in Shadow. All right, like I'm gonna give my opinions at the end, almost at the end, which ones I want to like nominate. Seinen is Spy Family. Is Spy Family a seinen? What? I guess maybe, I'm not really sure. Again, these like it's difficult to break the like kind of differentiate based on genres. I can see Slice of Life having seinen elements, but at the same time, I don't think Spy Family falls in. Wait, what did I just say? Spice of Life? Did I just say that? Okay. Um, yeah, I can see Spy Family having seinen elements to it, but I don't think it's a seinen. It's more of a shonen, isn't it? You know what? Now that I think about it, Spy Family is basically a mixture of shonen, seinen, and slice of life. That's really crazy. Now that I think about it. So, yeah, but I don't think anyone will say that seinen, like best seinen, Spy Family. It's probably yeah. You know what? Okay, I guess whatever. We're not really having a vote here, so whatever. Like if this was like an actual vote we are doing, I probably would have rejected this. But okay, it's fine, I guess, since we're not really having like a actual voting here. But yeah, like like I feel like Spy Family definitely doesn't fall in seinen. Like I can see it having seinen elements, but it's not really a seinen. Yeah. Okay, harem anime is 100 Girlfriend. Now this is another thing. I feel like harem and isekai are just as mixed together as romance and slice of life. Like harem and isekai is always mixed together. Romance and slice of life is always mixed together. So like it's very difficult to get like a proper harem anime, and we actually got one this year, like a proper one. So yeah, it is 100 Girlfriend. I don't see anything other than 100 Girlfriend winning the harem category, because there's literally nothing other than that. Like I said, a few of the good harem animes are literally isekais. And I would prefer to put them in isekai category rather than like the harem category. That's why the harem category is just open. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. Except 100 Girlfriends. 100 Girlfriend was the only thing that was like a proper harem. And a few other like shows maybe here, one or two, but not much. So yeah, I can see like 100 Girlfriends winning the harem category, like by a landslide. I can see that. Okay, romance anime. Dangers in My Heart. Oh wow! All right. Okay. You know what? I 100% agree with that. When I give my nominations, I'll talk about it. But you know what? The fact that you've put the Dangers in My Heart is such a joy to see that, because I barely see people talking about this show, but it is so good. I'll talk about it when I talk about my nominations. I'll talk about this in details. But all right, best fantasy anime 2023, Shangri-La Frontier. Okay, Shangri-La Frontier. I haven't really seen it though. I did read the manga before, so I do know what happens, and I do know it's pretty good. But I still haven't seen the anime. I'll watch it. I plan on watching it eventually, binging it later on. So yeah, so I do know I have read the manga, so I do know what happens, and I do know it's a really good one. So yeah, okay. Now, um, all right, that's a very solid list, a very solid list of nominations. Okay, that was the first person, Sruthin, with his nominations. Now we have the second person, Hikaru, with his nominations. All right, best ongoing shonen, Jujutsu Kaisen. Is it ongoing? Yeah, yeah. You know what? I guess it is ongoing because we've been having Jujutsu Kaisen from the previous year. So okay, just a minute. All right, yeah. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, ongoing shonen, Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah, I can see it being an ongoing shonen because obviously it's been like going on from the previous year. So yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen ongoing shonen. Okay, best new shonen, Oshinoko. Now, uh, again, Oshinoko has seinen and shonen elements both in it. So I can see it being a shonen. So yeah, obviously I'll accept it. Because like it has both in it. It gives me shonen vibes, but at the same time, it has some seinen elements. So okay, new shonen is Oshinoko. Okay. Blessed Slice of Life is Spy Family Season 2. There you go. Like I said, Spy Family is literally a mixture of three genres. It has seinen elements, it is kind of a shonen, and at the same time, it's Slice of Life. So again, I will be accepting this as well. Alright. Okay, so best romance, Skip to Loafer. Wow, I wasn't expecting to see this show listed over here. All right, I barely saw anyone talk about this show, and I thought nobody watched it or something. It's pretty good. It's damn really like it's really damn good. I've watched it. I did read the manga before as well. That is why I was so interested in watching the anime, and I did watch it, and they did a really good job adapting this one. And you know what's funny? I remember reading the manga for Skip to Loafer. I enjoyed it, but then I watched the anime. I felt like I enjoyed it even more. I don't know why. I don't know why that happened because I was like, okay, I feel like I'm having a bit too much fun with this. I don't remember having this much fun while watching the manga. I did have fun, but not this much. It's probably because like I don't know. I feel like this is why I prefer anime to manga most of the time because I feel like since anime goes at its pace, you know, I watch it at that pace, and that's why I get more, I don't know, I get more understanding out of it. While manga is completely based on your pace. I'm a fast reader, and that is why I always quickly read the manga, and half of the time I'm not able to enjoy it as much as I'm supposed to, if you know what I mean. Since I'm a fast reader, I quickly read the manga, and that's just completely on my fault. Obviously, that's on my part. It's my like I don't know. I cannot read something like slowly because it doesn't. I always like skip through the whole thing. Like watch it, read it, quickly go through it. That is why it's completely based on my own my own fault, and that is why I don't nearly enjoy a manga as much as I should. That's why since the anime goes at its own pace, I have to adapt to that pace. I cannot skip through it. So I feel like I enjoy anime more because I watch it at its own pace. Unlike reading manga, which I completely do so quickly that I'm not able to have fun. That's like my thing. That's why I feel like I always prefer anime more than manga. Which is most of the time, like the manga is usually better, but I still prefer the anime. But anyways, I went on a tangent. Yeah, Skip to Loafer. I didn't really see anyone talking about this show, so I thought nobody watched it or something. But there you go. We have finally someone who watched it. Okay. Best Isekai: The Eminence in Shadow, Season 2. All right. I'm okay. All right. I'll talk about this later. Another person also obviously gave Eminence in Shadow as well. So all right. I disagree though. I'll talk about it later. I'm pretty sure you know what I'm going to say if you have been if you're watching my channel for a long time. Best seinen Vinland Sagas. Yeah, obviously, definitely. Who else? Like definitely Vinland Saga. There's no other options here. Okay, best fantasy, Frieren. Yup, I agree as well, 100%. Best harem, Goddess Cafeteria. Oh, okay, all right. Again, I didn't think anybody watched this. I watched this Goddess Cafeteria. It started in a rough way, but it actually became better. The first 3 or 4 episodes, a complete, like, I don't know what to call it. Like, it's basically like the same tropes used over and over again, and it's basically like a whole, like, like the same thing just repeated. But then it changes suddenly. From I think like episode 4 or something, it suddenly changes and takes a very better direction, which I was completely surprised about. I was like, okay, all right, they lowered down the tropes and they're actually going in a positive direction. I was very surprised with that, and I stuck with it, and up until the end, I watched it, and it was pretty fun. Yeah, obviously, I wouldn't call it the best harem though, but it was good. It was good. Okay, now that was Hikaru's list, a very solid list. Again, I do have a few, like, disagree with a few. Again, I'll talk about all of that later. But again, obviously, this is all based on different people and their opinions. So yeah, like, there you go. All right, the next person is Saki. So, all right, best ongoing shonen, Jujutsu Kaisen. All right, I can see Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen also got another vote. I knew Jujutsu Kaisen would have a few votes here and there. Okay, best new shonen, Blue Lock. Okay, I haven't watched Blue Lock that much. I watched it for the first few episodes, and I realized it's not for me because I do know it's more shonen. Blue Lock is more shonen than actually like football, and sports. I do know that, but the thing is, like, I feel like I'm going to trigger a lot of people. Shonen isn't really a genre that I like that much compared to all the other genres. There are a few shonens I love, but that's not because they're shonen, it's because of the anime in itself. I don't like the shonen aspect of a show, but I like a few shonens. If that actually makes sense. I don't know how to explain it. Me not liking shonen doesn't mean I don't like any shonen shows. I do love shonen shows. There's a few ones I absolutely love. But but the shonen formula is something that I'm not really, I don't really like. So the fact that I really started and I actually had fun for the first few episodes. I kept watching and then I realized like I'm not really having fun. This is not for me. I do know Blue Lock is one of the most popular mangas, one of the most popular animes. A lot of people love it, but it's just not for me. I That's why I dropped it. Unfortunately, there's a few shows like this that is very popular, but it's not really for me. That is why I didn't really watch it. For example, there's also another show that's extremely popular, but I don't really like it, which is what was the name of the show? Tokyo Revengers, isn't it? Yeah, Tokyo Revengers. That is another show that has such a huge popularity. However, I don't like it. I've watched it and I didn't like it at all. But like, again, that is just my opinion. So yeah, Blue Lock, I do know that it has high popularity, but for me, I'm not really that much into Blue Lock. But like, this is the first time I'm seeing Blue Lock here. Okay. There you go. Next one, best slice of life, Angel Next Door spoils me rotten. All right, that's a surprise. I think this one came out like in January or something in 2023. Okay, I completely forgot about this show. This show is quite good. Yeah. And you know what? Yeah, I can see it as a slice of life. Again, it has like slice of life integrated with romance, so it's like a mixture. But yeah. Okay, best romance, Tomo-chan is a girl. All right. Okay, this is interesting. The first one nominations that I read, we had best slice of life as Tomo-chan, and this one has romance. You know what? I might actually like not really base these on genres, but I just base these on animes because again, like some people are putting slice of life, like Tomo-chan in slice of life, someone in romance, and like it's like a whole mixture. So I'm just going to see which anime gets the maximum votes and how many like times it has been repeated. That's how I'm going to base it. So all right, Next one, base Isekai Mushoku Tensei, 100%. What else is there? Eminence in Shadow is good, but not in front of Mushoku Tensei. Mushoku Tensei is the GOAT. And yeah, okay. The next one, best chain in Vinland Saga, obviously. What else is there? Just like Mushoku Tensei, Vinland Saga is the GOAT of seinen. Oh boy. Okay, best fantasy, Frieren, yeah, 100% agree, and best harem, 100 girlfriends. Again, there's not really any other like options except the 100 girlfriends, you know, because harem in its true sense, we don't really get them nowadays. It's basically just mixed together with isekais. So there you go. What else? All right, here we go. Another list. Best ongoing shonen, Bleach, 1000 Year Blood War. Okay, yeah, we got another vote for Bleach. So there you go. There we have another one. So best gen shonen, Undead Unluck. There you go. Now, yes, I love Undead Unluck, and I'm pretty sure it is a shonen. At least I see it as shonen, and I've seen a lot of people online call it a shonen as well. So I'm going to say it is a shonen. And yeah, Undead Unluck is a very new addition, but it has had so many good like plot progression and so many good twists in it that I absolutely love it. Yeah, I 100% agree. This is what I was saying, you know. For example, Undead Unluck is a shonen. I don't really like shonen animes, but I love Undead Unluck. That is the thing, you know. Like, if used properly, shonen can be a great thing. But I feel like shonen usually like copy pastes a lot of things, and it has like the same plot of like friendship and, you know, like just all that stuff. It's just gotten so, you know, like used up and so repetitive. So it's just, you know, like, yeah. So I like when shonen has like some interesting things. For example, Undead Unluck has a lot of it, and I absolutely love Undead Unluck for that. You know, it has shonen elements, and it has a lot more than shonen elements. You know, like shonen anime shouldn't really just be shonen. There should be stuff other than that mixed in as well. And I feel like Undead Unluck does that perfectly in a good balance. It keeps a good balance. You know. Okay, best slice of life, Insomniacs After School. Oh wow, I didn't realize. Okay, yeah, you know what? Insomniacs After School, it is a slice of life now that I think about it. And I could say it has more slice of life elements than romance. It has romance, but not, you know, like it's not really that much or shoved into your face. It just happens, you know. So in that case, in that sense, I can say that Insomniacs After School can be said, it can be like, you know, like categorized as a slice of life more than a romance anime. So yeah, you know what? Okay, Insomniacs After School. Best romance, Ice Guy and His School for a Female Colleague. Oh yeah, I did watch this. Yeah, it was good. You know, like it wasn't bad, but it wouldn't be like my choice in the romance. Isekai Eminence in Shadow, again, nope. Eminence in Shadow is amazing. However, it is definitely Mushoku Tensei. At least in my, like, in a book. Vinland Saga Seinen, yeah, obviously. Like I can see Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga is definitely going to be winning this. Vinland Saga and Frieren probably. And fantasy, obviously Frieren. Okay, a few extra we have gotten here. Best horror / underrated. Now, I was thinking about including the horror genre, but we barely have any horror animes like in a proper way. But we did have one this year, and that's what is written here, Dark Gathering. Now, Dark Gathering, I watched it recently, and you know what? I feel like this year, 2020, the previous year, 2023, Dark Gathering is probably the best horror because there's barely anything horror. Like, yeah, animes have horror themes to it, but it's not really horror. Like, it's just there, you know. But Dark Gathering is a proper horror show, and I've watched it, and it's pretty damn good. And horror / underrated, Apothecary Diaries. I don't know how to pronounce that. Apothecary, yeah. Diaries. Now here's the thing. I don't think Apothecary or Apothecary, whatever you call it, Diaries is underrated. In no way is it underrated. It maybe it was underrated, but not now. It is. I think it's pretty damn big now. However, here's the thing. I don't know if you guys know this, but I think I mentioned this while usually, at the end of the season, I usually do like a my anime list, looking at the animes that are going to come next season, that kind of thing. Um, remember mentioning there that I was someone who had read the manga before, the Apothecary Diaries, and I was like, this is going to be good if they're properly adapted, and they actually properly adapted it. So that's why it's become huge. And I knew this was going to become big because I read the manga and I was like, yeah, this is, if it gets an anime, this is going to be big, and it became big. So there you go. It wasn't really a surprise for me seeing Apothecary Diaries getting this much love and this much popularity. As soon as the anime started airing and it had a decent animation and a decent pace, I knew it was going to be good. It was going to be big, and there you go. Um, so yeah. So there you go. That is, like, oh, there's another one. Best harem, 100 girlfriends. Obviously, what else to put in there? Okay, I couldn't really fit Heavenly Delusion in a category since such a stacked year, but still wanted to get the attention as a category. 100 horror size underrated. One, since none of this category existed for the other nominations, so an extra for whichever one they want to consider or ignore it. Okay, yeah. Heavenly Delusions is another show. I would say that yeah, I guess you could put Heavenly Delusions in horror slash thriller slash mystery, if there was like a category like that. And I 100% agree with that. Heavenly Delusions is such a good show. Yeah, I'm actually waiting for season 2. Hopefully we get that very soon, because season 1 was absolutely amazing. I didn't know I would have this much fun watching season 1, and I'm really looking forward to whatever's going to come in the future for Heavenly Delusions. So yeah, another great show. Definitely needs to be mentioned. Okay, so there you go. That was all the lists. Now, as you can see, a few of the shows got a lot of like repeat mentions. For example, Frieren and Vinland Saga. I think these two are like the maximum mention. Let me see. Vinland Frieren. Uh, Vinland Frieren. 2 people. Vinland Frieren. 3 people. 3 people. 3 people. Yeah, out of the 4, said Vinland and Frieren. So yeah, these two definitely has won the like anime of the year or animes of the year, you know, because I'm also going to give the same vote for seinen and fantasy. It's Vinland and Frieren. So 4 people out of the 5 people have nominated in the seinen and in the fantasy category Vinland Saga and Frieren, like respectively. And yes, so these two are definitely the winners. And then we have a few others, which I'm obviously going to mention. Okay, before we go into that, let me talk about my nominations. I feel like now I can do that. So I have my phone here. I've written it down. Okay. Ongoing shonen, I would say Bleach, because like Bleach is, I guess you could say, it's like a thing of nostalgia for me. I watched Bleach when I started anime. It was amazing, and now Bleach came back better than ever with a lot of extra stuff as well. I do remember a lot of people saying that the anime has actually added a lot of more stuff than the manga had, and they're doing an absolutely amazing job, adapting it. So, I'm really looking forward to it. And I think there have been rumors about like a, a spin-off of Bleach coming, which would, I think, like show these what was the name of the Gotei 13, I think, something like that. I've heard that a lot of people are talking about, like an anime based on the Gotei 13, the previous 13, the one we saw, or something like that is going to happen. I don't know what it is. It might be completely like wrong rumors, or like completely like false rumors, so don't take my word for it. Again, I've heard about it. No, I'm not 100% sure. So, and if that's the case, then we're going to get more Bleach, in the future as well after this anime ends. So, like, and like, since it came back better than ever, I also nominated Bleach for the best ongoing shonen. Jujutsu Kaisen is good, however, I wouldn't really put it in the best ongoing shonen. Yeah, Bleach definitely. And then we have the new shonen, and I also put Undead Unluck over here because, like I said, Undead. Now, here's what I'm going to talk about this in a little bit more details. Like, I feel like the way I look at shonen animes is a bit different from a lot of people, the way a lot of people, other people looks at it. Like, I like when shonen is not just shonen, but it has a lot of other stuff as well. Shonen shows usually focus more on the battles and like the enemies, the allies, what type of power they're getting. They get a lot of character development, but based on what type of power they unlock, or what type of power up they got, or who killed who survived what. Based on all of that, they get character development in shonen, which is something that is okay, but I don't really like think that counts as character development. So in that department, I feel like a lot of shonen fails in providing a proper character development to the characters in itself, not only their powers. Like, yeah, they get character development a lot, but based on what powers they have or what new powers they unlock, that isn't character development in my opinion. So a lot of shonen fails in providing that proper character development, which I see in a lot of other shows, especially seinen. Seinen is able to provide that character development in a beautiful way. That is why I prefer seinen so much more than shonen. However, that doesn't mean that I don't like shonen. I like shonen, obviously, but what I don't like about shonen is that it has so much like intensity of like the character, what character power they unlock, what they get, this and that. That they kind of lack in providing that character development to the characters in itself. What type of, like how the characters change. They don't really give that much. Sometimes they do, but not that much. So in that sense, I feel like Undead Unluck is perfect for me because it has a balance of everything. I've recently started watching it. It's still ongoing, obviously. And in these 13 episodes that I've watched, I was blown away by this show, and I cannot wait to watch more of this. And it was such a good, such a good decision that I decided to react to this, because I like, this is a show that I would have definitely wanted to react to, and I am reacting to it. So I'm so glad that I actually am reacting to it, because this show is just perfect for me. I love this show to bits, even though it barely started. You know. So yeah, I would give like the best new gen shonen as Undead Unluck as well. Because it's just so good, absolutely amazing. Okay, now slice of life. Now here's where I struggled. I was thinking what to put, and then I saw two people, like like one person put Insomniacs After School, another person put Skip and Loafer. No, I think Skip and Loafer was in the romance, wasn't it? Yeah. um I feel like in the slice of life I would like to put either of those two, but I don't know which one. That's the thing. The reason why I have chose these two, Insomniacs After School and Skip to Loafer, is because, like, there's a lot of slice of life shows we have had, but most of them, like I said, was just filled with romance, or like like at least like it kind of centered around that. These two did have romance, however, they focused more on the slice of life aspect, I think, at least according to my judgment. Because I remember Insomniacs After School, its romance is very subtle, and it happens like so like so like, I don't know how to like explain it. It happens so like normally and naturally that it doesn't seem they're focusing on it, but it still happens, that kind of thing. you know and it has a lot of slice of life aspects to it, absolutely gorgeous, a lot of slice of life aspects. And in that way, I would say that, yeah, it has more slice of life than a lot of other slice of life that I've seen in this year, at least. And then we have, obviously, Skip and Loafer. Again, it has romance, but it is still not there. I think, as far as I can remember, it happens later. So now, since we're at the beginning section, it's more slice of life than romance, I think. I don't know. But I guess, you know what? No, I cannot really put Skip and Loafer in the slice of life category, because it is not. Now that I think about it, it is actually a romance anime. Yeah, you know what? No, skip that. Scratch that. Yeah, Insomniacs After School. I'm going to put that in the best slice of life, because I was thinking, I was like, yeah, like, can I put Skip and Loafer in Slice of Life? I can put, however, it's not really a slice of life. It is based to be supposed to be a romance anime. It has slice of life elements to it, but in that sense, I would say that yeah, Insomniacs After School is a better choice in the slice of life department at least. It's so sad that I wouldn't call it sad, but it's just so unfortunate that we don't get like pure slice of life shows. We do get them, few of them, I guess, but pure slice of life shows like K-On! Or like other stuff, like other such shows, like again Non Non Biori, I think, and few others. I think Non Non Biori is still ongoing, or I don't know. I think it comes back now and then. But yeah, it's such a shame because like yeah, like obviously we get slice of life, but it's just mixed with romance. I would like to say that slice of life, like true slice of life, is basically like just chilling and then like just that kind of thing, doing normal stuff like going to school, having fun with your friends, like that kind of thing is like a slice of life thing. But anyways, so yeah, I would say like Insomniacs After School is a better choice in my opinion, to put in the slice of life category, at least for this year. There you go. So that's slice of life. For isekai, obviously Mushoku Tensei. Obviously I could see a lot of like like two animes getting like mentioned obviously in all the nominations. One was Eminence in Shadow, another one was Mushoku Tensei. So here's the thing. Eminence in Shadow is obviously a great isekai. However, I prefer Mushoku Tensei a lot more because Mushoku Tensei again has character development. Eminence in Shadow is a show just to laugh, and just become like like just flabbergasted looking at the stuff that Sid does. That's basically it. It's basically like a parody. It's a parody show and it does it perfectly. However, based on like actual isekai like stuff, you know, Mushoku Tensei is the best. It has such great world building. It has such great characters. It has such great character development. It's so much than I expected it to be. Season one, I didn't really. I was like, okay, it's a size isekai and it's a damn good isekai, so it's fine, I guess. But then season two came out, and I realized which direction this show is going and what type of show this is. This Mushoku Tensei isn't a normal typical isekai show. It is an isekai show with which puts a lot of love and care to the characters. It's just, I don't know how to say it. It's something that I never thought I would see in an isekai. Tensei does that. Now, I never thought that I would see something like this in an isekai show, and Mushoku Tensei proved me wrong. Like no more wonder people call this like the grandfather of isekai or something like that. They call Mushoku Tensei. I can understand why. It is such a good show. And yeah, it is. I feel like it is something that a lot of people will just drop before they reach season two, and they'll never understand or never realize the true magnificence of this show because the first show either like weirded them out so much that they just left, because that's what it is, isn't it? Season one, or like something else. So yeah, it's just such a like such an interesting development. I never thought I would get to see like a show like an isekai show especially, like make characters this good and tell such a great story. So yes, Mushoku Tensei, obviously that is my choice for isekai. Seinen, obviously Vinland Saga. Like what else is there? Obviously I'm a huge fan of Vinland Saga. And we got season two. Season two was absolutely amazing, even though a lot of people were like, no battles, no fighting. This is not the Vinland Saga I know. Yeah, that's the whole point. That is actually the whole point of the show. To they gave all those fighting and all of that stuff in season one, basically to go in this route. Obviously, that is the whole point. The season one was filled with all of that, and this season showed how that is not the thing, how this is like the true path a person should follow, and Thorfinn's character development. That is the whole freaking point. So and I know I've seen a lot of people say like, stuff like, oh, this isn't the Vinland Saga I knew about. Like, this season is completely nothing happens. It's the same old thing. I'm like, come on, man, that is the whole point of this. Like, if you're not able to understand that in itself, like, it defeats the purpose of a seinen show. If you want shonen, go to shonen. This isn't a shonen show, it's a seinen show. This is supposed to make you think. This is not a complete, like, like, enemy attacks, you fight the enemy, you get a power up, you fight another enemy, and you level up. It's not that. It's the complete opposite for that. And Vinland Saga does it perfectly. It is like, yeah. So there you go. Like, I've heard a lot of things and everything, but obviously Vinland Saga definitely has a strong fan base. And like, obviously that is, we can see that clearly over here. Out of the 5 people who put their nominations here, 4 people, and including me, is like nominating Vinland Saga in the best seinen. So it's pretty obvious. So there you go. It is Vinland Saga, best seinen. Best harem, again, like I said, it don't really have the harem in that sense, like, except a few. 100 Girlfriends is the only one that I can see, winning this category, because in a pure sense, harem shows doesn't really exist nowadays. It's basically isekai. Like, isekai is basically harem nowadays. Like, it's isekai harem, basically that. So yeah, in that sense, yeah, it's definitely, yeah, what's 100 Girlfriends. Now, I watched 100 Girlfriends, and I, like, it's pretty good, but sometimes I felt so, what can I say? Like, what's that word? Like, there's so many, like, cheesy sections that I feel like, damn, this is so cheesy, but it's so fun. It is so fun if you're able to get past that. Like, 100 Girlfriends is just such a wild ride. And you know what, another thing that show does perfectly is the comedy. The comedy is absolutely impeccable in that show. I like, it's crazy good. Especially the fourth wall breaking and everything is absolutely amazing. One of the best parts of that show is literally the comedy. It's just like the stuff that they do. Yeah, but yeah, so there you go. Best harem is 100 Girlfriends. Now, next one is best romance. In my opinion, it is The Dangers in My Heart. Now, again, I don't really see people talking about The Dangers in My Heart. A few people do, but like, I feel like I was thinking, should I put it in the slice of life or should I put it in romance? And I realized that I should put it in romance, because Dangers in My Heart focuses more on the romance other than the slice of life. It has slice of life elements, obviously, but romance is the best like, thing about it. And yeah, I don't see any other. There was a lot of good romance show in 2023. I don't see any shows like going against or defeating, or like, like this show, this Dangers in My Heart. It's, unless and until you watch it, I cannot really explain why. You'll probably have to watch it, and then you'll understand why this show is so good. This show has such a charm that I've rarely seen in slice of life rom-coms. And it has one of the 2 best characters in the history of slice of life rom-coms, and 2 characters which have such great development, again, never seen before in any slice of life rom-coms. I can barely remember any slice of life rom-coms giving the amount of character development that these 2 characters have gotten in 1.5 seasons. We're still ongoing. The second season is still ongoing. And like, yeah, so Dangers in My Heart, definitely. So I don't see any other shows being, like, having romance as good as this one. So yeah, that is my choice in the romance category, at least. There were a lot of good romance this year, but I don't see anyone, going, or like, surpassing this show in my list, at least. Again, it's just my opinion. It's just my choice. Okay, and then the next one obviously is fantasy. Yeah, Frieren. What else? When Frieren came out, I was like, yeah, this is the one. There were a lot of good fantasy this year, obviously. However, Frieren came out. And then yeah, Frieren, it's Frieren. What else? I don't think I need to explain, for this at least. I can just say Frieren and that's it. Everyone will be like, yeah, understandable. Okay. What else? Is there anything else? No, that is it. Now, I do like obviously the final nominations that we had, Xenon, he gave me another category which is underrated category, and I feel like I should give an underrated, I can list an underrated show here, which should have gotten a lot more love, but I don't think it gets enough. It gets a lot of love in Japan. However, the Western anime community, I don't see any. It's Golden Kamuy. Yeah, it is Golden Kamuy. I feel like it's probably the best underrated show out there. I don't see anyone talking about this show. I don't know why. Nobody talks about this show. I do know it is extremely popular in Japan. I don't know why people do not talk about this show in the Western community at all. It's just such a shame, because Golden Kamuy is definitely one of my top shows. I think like top 5 shows. I put it on the same level as Vinland Saga and all the other great shows that I've watched, and it's such a shame that this show, or maybe it does, I don't know, but I don't hear people talking about this show. That is the thing, like I don't see anyone talking about this show, anyone reacting to this show. It's baffling. I don't know why. So yeah, I had to mention it here. And we recently had, I think, season 4 from Golden Kamuy, and we're going to have another season this year as well. And yeah, it will probably still be the underrated show even this year as well. So it's just weird. I don't understand why people don't know anything about this show or haven't really watched it. Like the same people who love shows like it's basically like Vinland Saga, it's kind of like Golden Kamuy as well. A lot like it. There's so much love for Vinland Saga, but I don't understand why there's not enough love for the Golden Kamuy. At least in the Western community. Again, like I'm saying, I know in Japan it's like one of the topmost mangas as far as I can remember, and I'm pretty sure the anime did very good as well. So I don't know what's with the Western anime community. Nobody talks about this. So you know what? Or maybe it's just me. I haven't heard people talking about this. Maybe it is quite popular here in the Western community as well. But I don't know. I don't see anyone talking about this. So yeah, I have to mention it. And I think it's definitely the best underrated show. Golden Kamuy. Yeah. So there you go. So yeah. So overall, as you can see, obviously the anime of the year 2023, or the animes of the year of 2023, is definitely Vinland Saga and Frieren. All the people except one voted for these two, and I cannot really put one on top of the other because each has the same amount of votes, obviously. Now we might have to do a poll for Vinland Saga and Frieren, but I don't think I can do that because obviously we barely have enough votes in this enough nominations in this. So I thought about doing a poll in the final to do a final anime of the year thing, but I'm not just going to do that. I'm going to pronounce both of them as the winners because obviously both of them deserves it. Frieren and Vinland Saga, both of them. So yeah, Vinland Saga and Frieren wins anime of the year or animes of the year 2023. Yeah, so there you go. That was great. I love talking about these type of I love talking about animes and stuff. And yeah, that was fun. So that was it, guys. That was my anime of the year 2023 video. It did go in a different way than I thought initially I was going to make it because we didn't have enough votes, but I still obviously had a lot of fun making this video. And you know what, we talked about a few animes and stuff, and I talked about a few things here, and yeah, I gave my opinions on the different shows. So there you go. Again, obviously a lot of people have different different choices, different tastes, and that's how the different people love different shows. I might like one show, another person might like another show. It's fine. It's fine. It's not a big deal, obviously. you know. So yeah, it's just and that is exactly why I made this video. I wanted to see what other people think about. Like, this was obviously my list. I could have easily made like a video like, oh, talking about, you know, like all the animes that I liked, or I myself could have just made a solo video, you know, just nominating these shows and ultimately making like a anime of the year 2023 solo by myself. I could have done that, but what I wanted to, like, you know, like, hear what other people had to say about 2023 and what shows they watched, what shows they liked. That is exactly the reason why I made this video like this, made it more as a community type video, you know. So yeah, and there you go. You know, like, I enjoyed reading all these nominations and seeing all of these shows. Yeah, and there were a few interesting ones that I wasn't expecting. I didn't expect anyone to put a few of the shows that I saw here. For example, Insomniacs After School. I didn't think anyone would put some, like, you know, that show over here. Same with what's the name? Skip and Loafer. Yeah, Skip and Loafer as well. I wasn't expecting anyone to put that. You know, all these, like, you know, different shows I wasn't expecting, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, people actually watch this. That's surprising. I didn't know that. So yeah, it was interesting to see. So there you go. So that is it. Thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that is it. So thanks for watching. And I do plan on making more stuff like this, more, you know, like anime related stuff, you know, just, you know, talking about the shows and stuff. Maybe more community based videos as well in the future. So I'll have to think about what I'm going to do next. I don't have any ideas currently, so if I come up with some kind of an idea, I'll definitely share it with you guys. And yeah, so yeah, see you guys in the next video. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.